Hello दोस्तों and welcome back to Intracognition. And in this video we are going to talk about the different mental health problems, the most common mental health problems that occurs in children, adolescents, youth and elderly. So we will have a look on the complete classification of mental illness and mental health problems. So I will describe all the mental health problems in simple language so that you can write it in your exams. Okay, so we will also cover the prevention and interventions of like prevention strategies and interventions of international agencies in the field, in this field of mental health. Okay, so we will include the conventions passed by the United Nations or the WHO, and we will also include the legislations passed by the Indian Parliament for this important issue of mental health problems, right? At the end we will include the sustainable development goals, okay, that include mental health, right? So let us start with some data on mental health problem, right? So see, according to the data of WHO, around 800,000 people commit suicide per year. Okay, if we analyze it, if we break it, then we get it is around one suicide per 40 seconds. So you can imagine how many lives we are losing due to this suicide and mental health problems. One person per 40 seconds, right? Now coming on to the data of India, then NCRB, that is National Crime Records Bureau, data of 2015 I have. So in 2015 around 133,623 people committed suicide, right? So it, if we break it down, then it comes to approximately one suicide per 4 minutes. Then in 4 minutes we are losing one person due to suicide. So it is the second biggest cause of death of people. The first is of course accident, right? So we can from these data, the World Health Organization data and NCRB data, right, we can uh, think about the importance of this issue of mental health problems and some related problems, right? So the irony here is that these problem, this mental health issue, is only discussed, or it is only talked about when a famous personality commits suicide, right? We generally we don't talk about this mental health problems or mental illness. And it is, if we talk about the Indian scenario or the society, Indian society, then it is considered as a taboo, right? It is a stigma is attached to mental health, right? People will not go to the psychologist if he or she is feeling some mental health issues. But uh, it is more common that uh, he will go to some jhad fuk or this type of things. So something, and people and the society will not also not accept the people who is having this mental health issues, right? So we have a lot of means we have to travel a lot of miles to make an inclusive society for this mental health problem, the person who are facing this mental health issues and mental health problems. So in this video we will cover all these aspects, all the complete classification of mental health, right? So let us first understand what is mental health. So according to WHO, mental health is a well-being in which every individual realizes his her own potential, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productively and fruitfully, and is able to make contributions to the community, right? So this is mental health according to WHO. Now what is mental ill health? Now mental ill health is a spectrum of problems that interfere with individuals cognitive, social and emotional abilities. Okay, so now is mental ill health. Okay, it, this mental health problems and mental illness both comes under this mental illness, mental ill health. So if someone is mentally like he is not mentally healthy, then we can say he is facing some mental health problems, or if more severe, then he is having mental illness. So what is the difference? Mental health problem, these often occurs as a result of life stressors, example death of loved ones, job change, marriage, childbirth, migration, etc. So if these life stressors occurs, then any person, right, it can be any person who will face some mental health problems, right? So they are usually less severe and of shorter duration than mental illness, right? Now if this mental health problems are not resolved on time, then it can change or it can convert to mental illness. So they may not meet the criteria to be diagnosed as mental illness, but if there is means the solution is like, if this stressors or the life stressors are not changed, or if it continues for long time, then it will convert to mental illness. Rest, most of the people face mental health problems. Now mental illness, so if mental health problems persist or increase in severity, it turns to mental illness, right? Now its diagnosis, mental health illness diagnosis is done by according to DSM and ICD. Okay, so this DSM stands for Diagnostic and Statistical Manual, DSM. So its latest edition is 5th edition. So you have to remember its full form, and the other is ICD, International Classification of Diseases. Okay, let us move on to the features of mental illness. What, how we will say that any person is mentally ill, how we will recognize it. So some features, right, these are not concrete features. There are some other features also, but we will include the most commonly seen. Okay, so first is physiological changes. So if a person is facing mental health issues or mentally ill, then his functions of body will change. So we call it as physiological changes. Then he will have changes in sleep, appetite, bowel and bladder movements, and sexual desires and other activities. So these are physiological changes. Then we come to psychological changes. Here the functions of mind will change, like speech, behavior, emotions, perceptions, memory, intelligence, and decision making and level of consciousness will change. Next, changes in individual and social activities. So how he behaves with the society or the relatives or the loved ones, families, it will also change. So activities of daily living like brushing, toileting, bathing, eating, dressing, movement, withdrawal from friends and family, this all can happen. So these are the three features how we can classify that mentally ill person will have any of these features, one or more than one, right? Coming on to the most common mental illness that are common in elderly. So you have to remember here three D's. First is dementia, delirium, and the third is depression. So depression we all know, but we will have a description of it in this video. And the other is somatic symptom disorder. So there are types of somatic symptom disorder, we will discuss it also, right? So dementia, what is dementia? It is impairment of intellectual functions and memory, lack of personal care, impairment of judgment, impulsive control, and abstract thinking. So these are all things that will happen to a person. Mostly it is found in elder people. So dementia is mostly in elder people. So its features are, it is gradual. A person will like he will lose his memory, and this show these symptoms gradually, right? It is not a sudden. Now consciousness is not impaired, this is also an important point. It, the person who is ill with dementia will not he will not be unconscious, right? He will, there is no like effect on consciousness. Now it is irreversible also. If it is, its dementia occurs to any person, any elder person, then it cannot be reversed, right? It cannot be cured. So it is irreversible. He will lose memory. We often see in the older persons who don't recognize even the relatives, right? So he will not even take care of his own body, lack of personal care, right? Impairment of judgment, he can't judge, like if he can't judge where to keep he can't walk properly, so judgment will also get some impairment. So these are all the features. So you have to remember that it is gradual and it is irreversible. Now if dementia occurs, then it can also lead to Alzheimer's disease, which have similar symptoms. This Alzheimer's disease also have similar symptoms like dementia. So what is this Alzheimer's disease? This is a progressive disease that destroys memory and other important mental functions. So it will destroy the memory, right? It is again gradually it will destroy the memory of any elder person. Okay, so a continuous decline in thinking, behavioral and social skills. So these three skills will also decline. Now dementia will lead to Alzheimer's disease. This is an important point. The second one is delirium. Okay, so the three D's. Then the second D is delirium. So it is sudden or frequent loss of memory. Now in the dementia we have seen that it was gradual loss of memory. Here it is sudden and frequent. Okay, so orientation with inability to focus, maintain attention, or he can't maintain attention if he or she is having delirium. Or hallucinations. Okay, we will have a I will give you a description of hallucination. What is hallucination? Okay, in the later part of this video. Okay, so it is caused by alcohol withdrawal. If you suddenly withdraw the alcohol from any elder person, or infections, strokes, taking multiple drugs at the same time, so it will cause delirium. Now this is the important feature, that it is reversible. Okay, so suddenly if you withdraw the alcohol, then suddenly the memory will lose, but it is reversible. A person can be cured. He will regain his memory again. So these are the main differences between delirium and dementia. Coming on to the third one, that is depression. Okay, so depression we will cover it in the later part. It is most common in all the ages, right? Many of the people face this depression problem, so we will have a description of this in the later part. So they will feel minor form of depression like dysthymia. Okay, dysthymia is a part of depression, and it is common in elderly people. So usually these are caused by somatic disorders, right? So somatic, what are these somatic disorders? Somatic symptom disorder, SSD. So any physical symptoms like pain, weakness or shortness of breath that results in major distress or mental health problems. Okay, so any physical problem that you are having will cause you some mental health problems, that is somatic symptom disorder. The individual has excessive thoughts, feelings and behaviors relating to physical symptoms. Okay, so the word somatic itself means related to body. Okay, I will give you an example for this to explain it in a better way, right? So one of my relatives grandparents, like grandfather, he suddenly knew that he is having cancer, right? He was very active, like before knowing that he was having cancer, but as he knew the cancer, he got some mental health issues. So this we can call as somatic symptom disorder. Okay, if I will also tell you about the one of the uh, important means category of this SSD. Let me tell you what is another. Okay, here it is. This is hypochondriasis, or we can call it hypochondria. We also call it as illness anxiety disorder. If anyone is having any illness, physical illness, then it is it will lead to mental illness. So we call it as illness anxiety disorder. So in this hypochondria, it is fear of having severe mental illness based on one's own interpretation or conception, right? If a person is only having a perception of having a physical illness or some problems, then it can also lead to some mental health problems. So more explanation, it is hypochondriasis is persistent preoccupation with a fear of having one or more serious disease based on one's own interpretation of normal body functions or minor physical abnormalities, right? So he can have some minor abnormalities, but most of it is his or her interpretation or misconception, and that will lead to mental health problems. Then coming on to the most common mental health problems in adolescents and children. So let me clear you that adolescence age according to WHO, it is from 11 to 10 to 19, 10 to 19 years of age is called adolescence. It is again divided into three categories: early adolescence, later adolescence. So it is according to WHO, mostly it is 10 to 19 age. the age of puberty, in which a person gets puberty. So most common disorders in children are anxiety. Okay, it is a normal part of life, everyone faces it. For example, when a child is separated from parents, or he or she fail in the exam, right? So they will feel anxious, right? Different kinds of anxiety disorders are phobias, panic disorders, OCD, and PTSD. Okay, we will discuss four of these in the later part. Now, attention deficit and hyperactivity disorder, ADHD, right? So it is a chronic brain disorder. It is a biological disorder that includes problem of inattention or impulsive behavior. Symptoms are short attention span, easily distracted, failure to finish the work, trouble to wait for his or her turn. So these are the symptoms. He will not be able to pay attention on anything, right? He can't concentrate. So this is ADHD, you have to remember. Now this phobias, panic disorders, OCD, obsessive compulsive disorder, and PTSD, post traumatic stress disorder, we will discuss it descriptively, means I will explain you in the simple language in the later part. Now third one is bipolar disorder. We also call it as manic depressive illness. Manic means sudden energetic, suddenly someone becomes energetic, right? Very, if he feels like he is very energetic and he will do a lot of work, and suddenly on the other moment he will feel depressed. So it is bipolar. At one pole, at he is very energetic, at the other pole he is depressed, right? So you unusual shifts in a person's mood, common in all ages. Okay, this is common in all the ages. We will, okay, more descriptively we will discuss in later part. Fourth one is conduct disorder. Okay, it is serious, repetitive, and persistent misbehavior. So if a person, if a child, mostly it occur in children, so he will conduct, he will misbehave, he will not conduct like a civilized person. So it is serious, repetitive, or persistent misbehavior. Depression we will cover. Eating disorder. Okay, so it is common in adolescence mostly. These are of two types mainly: anorexia nervosa. What does this mean? A person having anorexia nervosa will feel like he will restrict the food, right? Due to the fear of gaining weight, he will not eat food because he thinks that he is getting very fatty, or he is getting his weight is gaining, so he will not eat food. So he or she have strong desire to be thin, zero figure type, right? They see themselves as overweight and restrict taking food, right? So they will do excessive exercise also because they wants to be thin, excessively thin. Generally develops during adolescence or young adulthood, right? It is most common in females, we can easily say, because female wants their figure to be zero, and so that for the same reason they don't eat food much times, many of the times. The second one is bulimia nervosa. So in this case it is just opposite. Eat usually large amount of food in a small time. It is called binge eating, followed by purging that includes vomiting to get comfortable. Okay, now obsessive compulsive disorder, most common disorder. Okay, we will discuss it in the later. Okay, this is very easy, I will explain you in the later part, or the next video if time permits. Then PTSD, post traumatic disorder, when someone witness a traumatic event like violence, natural disaster, exploitation, etc., right? If something happens that is like accident, if someone sees an accident, then he can feel PTSD, he can be affected by PTSD, right? So symptoms are irritability, nightmares, impulsiveness, flashbacks, and sleeplessness. Now see, actually for the sake of the time I am not making it a lengthy video, so we'll cover the rest of the part, the problems in adulthood, and the most common like schizophrenia, OCD, bipolar, depression, anxiety. I will describe this in the later, in the next video. So in the next video we will discuss about the most serious and common mental health disorders like schizophrenia, OCD, PTSD, depression, panic disorders, mania, etc., right? We will also include some neurological and hormonal biological problems of brain like meningitis, encephalitis, Down syndrome, phenylketonuria, autism, cerebral palsy. So these are the like problems that are biological problems, a brain. These are the problems in the brain. We will discuss in the next video. We will also discuss the national and international efforts to cure and prevent mental disorders. and the legislations passed by the Indian Parliament and United Nations. We will also cover the sustainable development goals in the next video. I'm just finishing this video uh, because of the time, right? We will cover it in the part 2. So uh, if you want continuous, like if you like this video and if you have learned something, then please subscribe to the channel, like the video, and share it with your friends. Thank you so much. All the best.